Thank you all. This is the Breaking Limits series, and we are trying to help OJ here, who is a homosexual woman, whether you like it or not. They exist, they're human, they live with us. They are our sisters, our mothers, our wives, our daughters, our cousins, our nieces, our friends. You all need to stop burying your head like an ostrich in the sand. They've been around. When I say they, it sounds like I'm patronizing here, but no, I am not. I'm saying that they're part of the community. Okay, so let's stop pointing fingers. I find people who point fingers, who stand on this high horse of saying, well, the Bible says this, the Bible says this. Guess what? The Bible says a lot of things. The Bible also says you've got to learn to love your neighbor as yourself. Okay? We need to know people who shout the loudest usually are guilty of something. That's how I see it. The people are like, oh, kill her, throw stones, throw stones. They are the exact same thing as the person. Just like the lady in the Bible. She was an adulterer. You want to tell me in that crowd there were no adulterers in there? Please. She. Please, next. So I have Lara. Lara says, Victoria should not impose her beliefs. She's referring to Victoria Yama. Should not impose her beliefs on everyone. One size does not fit all. She left her own husband. Why is she saying not to leave? Did she say that? I'm not sure. I have to go. I know she said something because I know last week when she came on and Miss Cookie, are you laughing? I think it was that what Victoria Yama said. It was something, I think we were talking about Ben leaving, and I'm like, if you're unhappy, please leave, please leave, please leave. It's not easy to leave. You guys need to understand that. I'm not saying leave. Leaving doesn't take it's not instant. Leaving could take another 5 years to happen. Okay? Talking from experience. You eventually have to come to that conclusion in your mind. You have to come to that conclusion in your mind, like, this thing is not going to work, so I'm going to leave. And then maybe you have time to plan, and then you leave. There are times when it's so dangerous you have to run away. But you need to understand, leaving a relationship is not easy, okay? But you need to break the limit. It's holding you back. You can't grow financially. You can't grow spiritually. You cannot grow. Mentally, you're stunted. So Anita says, I think she's holding her husband hostage. I think it is fair for her to remain in the marriage and I think Anita, you mean it is unfair. Okay, not fair. Okay, she corrected herself. I think it is not fair for her to remain in the marriage and not have sex with the husband. She's wrong. Leave or comply with her marital duties. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one saying leave. It's not right, even if you look at it from the biblical angle. Okay? You cannot refuse sex. It's part of the vow, you belong to each other. She's saying you know what I think OJ is feeling here? Annie, cutie for life. Yes, you are cute. How are you? Esther agrees with all. Nice. Do you know, I don't know how many of you know about the Jesuit priests? Jesuit. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Jesuit priest. What they do is, remember for Christians that are on here, I'm not assuming everyone is Christian on here, but when Christ walked on the going to the Calvary, right? When he carried the cross and they flogged him. So there are Jesuit priests who believe when you sing, they believe in flogging themselves. So it's like they're recreating that pain. Jesuits, thank you. Irene knows that. Yes. Abieyuwa says bad relationship can limit someone's life. Can limit someone in life. That's true. If you're not happy, you're not growing. Just know that. Period. We all agree on that. So, like the Jesuit priest, do you think that's what OJ is doing here? Like, I deserve to be punished because they're visible Christians in their church, meaning they're in the pastoral section. I'm not saying they're pastors. I'm just saying that they're elders in the church. That's what it is in her church. So I think if because people find a way to, what's the word? It's all part of coping, a balance. To her, she thinks that, she didn't say this, but I'm just thinking this now. I'm thinking OJ is thinking that as long as she's receiving that punishment, the abuse is part of her punishment for refusing sex. Does that make sense? Like, I keep receiving this. He keeps beating me up. I shouldn't be gay for one, so I need to be punished. And he's my husband, so he can punish me. And but she's gonna stay in it because she's not brave enough to leave the relationship. Gaha, thank you for joining. Please join in the conversation. Ooh, breaking limits. It's on fire today. Okay. Lara, Victoria said Victoria Yama, she's not on today. Victoria is still recuperating from COVID-19. For those of you who know Victoria Yama, she was an Nollywood actress. She was known for movies such as Breaking Limits. She was with me last week, and she had taken on, she just came on because there was some questions, and she was like, "Oh, I gotta come on. I gotta answer some of those questions," and she did. I never walk alone. Thank you for joining. And you guys need to understand here, when you come on, you don't have to agree with me. You have your own opinion. Let's discuss. However, we're going to find ways to break limits. Okay. I think it was Ben. There are so many people in unhappy relationships. Relationship is tough. Marriage is tough. She's saying Victoria says people shouldn't leave, but she left her husband. Victoria was in a very bad domestic situation, and she had to leave. I don't think if that was what she was saying, not to leave. I can't say that for sure, but I know Miss Cookie. Okay, so this is Miss Cookie is about to say something now. Y'all better listen. So this is the problem I find with the church setting. They hide behind religion and pretend all is well. So people don't feel comfortable talking about things like this. Bam. That's it. And I've talked about this before. And Cookie, my love, you're my darling. And I agree with you. Okay? That is the problem I have with the church. The church acts like the Pharisees. Do you guys remember the Pharisees in the Bible? The Sadducees? All those, I'm better than everybody else. And then you're playing God. Okay, look at the situation with OJ now. I'm using OJ here. She's in a quagmire there. She doesn't know what to do. If pastors can come out and be rounded with the world and with situation in society, we can move forward. And that's the truth. And you find that in those Christian communities, in the churches, those are the pillars of the community. They're the first to throw stone. Are we learning from what Christ did? What would Jesus do? Dara Odelsa, thank you for joining. Abieyuwa says Victoria Yama is a strong woman. She's a strong woman. It's not easy to leave. You guys need to understand this. So when you get to that conclusion, you actually leave. That's a lot. This is what irritates me. People who, not just the Bible, there are other people too. They just like, oh, well, you cannot do it. Things are not in black and white. I've said this before. If you're not walking in my shoes, do not tell me how to feel. If you're not walking in my shoes, do not tell me how to feel. Okay, Abieyuwa is standing staunchly behind Victoria. So Victoria will never advise someone to stay in a bad relationship. I've been following her all along. All right, you guys heard that. Anita is saying, I believe her motives for not leaving is selfish. She wants to financial security, so she stays in the marriage. She cannot have it all. Okay, Anita is not playing. For those of you who know